All right, Trial Mob, big news on the horizon. I am absolutely excited to talk about this. Okay, so if you guys have been paying attention to what's been happening in the news recently, we know that The Witcher basically dropped Henry Cavill, and then after that, we heard that he was apparently made he's at the end of the Black Adam movie on an extended scene. After the credits, he makes an appearance. So after that, there was a huge roll call. Well, basically, he said that he was coming back into the Superman universe, DC universe. I was absolutely excited about this. And then out of nowhere, seemingly, he got dropped from being in the role of Superman. So not only do we not have him as Geralt of Rivia anymore, but all of a sudden we also don't have him as Superman. It almost seems as though he's being, shadow banned quietly, which is a terrible mistake by both The Witcher and by DC. Henry Cavill is literally the representative of the culture as a whole. He plays Warhammer. He apparently does the miniatures for Warhammer too. He's very much so involved in PC gaming and anything that has to do with the culture that we all love, that we've all grown up on, that we've got to see hit the mainstream audience. And then out of nowhere, we got this right here. So Amazon are planning a Warhammer 40K series with Henry Cavill. I am absolutely excited about this, and you should be too. Now, one of the main reasons for that is that Henry Cavill, as mentioned, is a real fan of this stuff. He's not just somebody who's trying to act, play a role, get paid, and get out. This is a dream role for him. That's why I love Henry, and that's why you guys do too. I know it. He did a great job as Superman. He did a wonderful job as Geralt of Rivia. And part of that, again, is because he actually loves these series. He's played the video games. He's done the miniatures. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we see him with some Joytoy figures, which is something that would be incredible to see. But the reason why I bring this up, the reason why I want to talk about this is because basically this means that if Joytoy right now is handling a lot of the toys that are coming out from a lot of the IPs that we're getting from the Games Workshop universe, right? We're having some of the video games that are coming out soon. I'm pretty sure Joytoy is going to announce some figures on that soon. That probably means that we're gonna get at some point a Henry Cavill Joytoy Warhammer 40K Space Marine, be it whatever it is, whatever role he's going to specifically play. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's maybe an Inquisitor. That'd be pretty cool too. But basically, we're going to end up getting a figure of him at some point. So for those of you who have been wanting a Henry Cavill head, we're probably going to get that. Now, of course, this is going to take a little bit of time to get to, and apparently it's going to be a movie and a TV series. So we're going to see a lot happening. I don't know if it's going to be a TV series that's going to lead up to a movie, or if it's going to start off with a movie that's supposed to spawn a TV series. I don't really care how they decide to do it. I just want to see it. Now, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because Amazon isn't, as you guys saw with what happened with the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt with what Amazon can do. But the reason why I have such high hopes for this, Henry Cavill, again, is a legit fan of this stuff. He respects the lore. He respects the writing. He respects what's there. He wants accuracy. And rather than just being an actor, apparently he himself is an EP. He's an executive producer, which means he has a lot of pull to say, hey, you know what, Amazon? That's not accurate. I don't want that. He has enough of a voice here to be able to voice opinions, to try to make things as accurate as possible, to try to make things, exactly how we see in the video games, right? We're not going to see probably weird Space Marine looking figures that, are supposed to be modernized for the modern audience. No, we're probably going to see very, very accurate renditions of Space Marines, of Eldar, of Orcs, of whatever it is that we end up going with. I don't know what storylines are going to follow here, but I would not be surprised if we get a surprisingly accurate rendition. Now, this is very important, guys, super important. And why is that? So if you like Joytoy, if you like what they've been doing, if you like the fact that they've been coming out with just at a blistering speed, just coming out with Warhammer stuff, I think that this is great because guess what? We're going to have the most mainstream version of Warhammer we've ever gotten. Warhammer has always been, I don't want to say a niche, right? There's plenty of video games, there's plenty of content, but we've never seen something as mainstream as a real movie. We've never seen anything as mainstream as a show on Amazon Prime. Are you kidding me? So for me, I think that this is great for the community, right? We're going to see an explosion of popularity. We're going to see an explosion of toys coming from all different ways, and I wouldn't be surprised if that means that Joytoy gets a bit more bigger as a brand, and we might get more stuff. We might get higher quality things, right? So it'll be really great to see how this is going to develop in the future. But this is absolutely big news for anybody who's a Warhammer fan. This is big news if you're a Joytoy fan. I mean, this is just wonderful stuff to get to hear. You know, I was very, very sad to see that we might not get, you know, Henry Cavill in his prime, you know, doing really cool stuff for the community. But here we have him literally bringing forth to the mainstream the culture that a lot of us have really loved. I'm excited to see how this is going to basically develop over its time, what exactly we're going to get, you know, how quickly Joytoy is going to be able to respond to this stuff. And as you guys have seen, Joytoy has had absolutely no problem making figures at a blistering speed, though quality has taken a hit. But again, with big deals like this, with Amazon coming into the fold, with, again, Henry Cavill being a executive producer, we're going to see a lot of accuracy coming forward, and that's going to obviously filter into a lot of the memorabilia and the, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're going to get coming out of that, including figures. So we'll see how this develops in the long run, but Joytoy fans, 1/18 scale fans, Warhammer fans, rejoice, because I think we have one of the newest, biggest mainstream IPs that's basically going to represent us and our culture, and I'm absolutely happy about it.